Hi, this is Graham Jeacocke. Now, we have a tennis player, Tsitipas, okay, and he's in a video, and he's said, "Show some love." Okay. Is Tsitipas a Greek man? Now, according to psychology today, is it 1 in 5 Greek men are unfaithful to their partners? Now, so I'm not saying that Tsitipas is in that group, but maybe he should preach to his own country. You see, Jesus preached to his own people, right? And some he was rejected by, some took to him. But at the end of the day, Jesus got recognition, right, for what he did. That is the point, in a nutshell, of the resurrection. And from that point on, Jesus commanded his apostles to preach to the 4 corners of the world. A figure of speech, not literal 4 corners of the world. That's the power of literature. Stephen Fry should be able to justify that, if he is a great writer. Now, back to Tsitipas. Now, I'm not doubting the message of Tsitipas, okay? Anyone who talks about love, right, is good in my books to a certain degree. But the one thing that people always seems to forget about is authority. Tsitipas requires the authority. Now, I'm not saying that Tsitipas can't love, okay? I'm not saying Tsitipas isn't being loving. I'm just saying that it's strange that Tsitipas has come out and declared it in a safe environment as a tennis player, because he's being condemned as a tennis player, okay? Like, social media is attacking tennis players, right? But life is bigger than the tennis courts, Tsitipas. You see, love exists outside the tennis courts. I don't have to devote all my love to tennis players. I can devote my love to widows and orphans, as it is mentioned in the Bible over 50 times, because they are the vulnerable people. So when you help foster kids, you are in fact practicing religion, because pure religion in the eyes of the Judeo-Christian God is to show compassion to widows and orphans. Now, Tsitipas, if we are to trust what psychology today has said, 1 in 5 Greek men, and it is also said that the women are in fact carrying out the same behaviour as the men. So, are women reflecting the Greek men? You see, in the Bible it says man is created in the image of God, okay? We are to reflect God because that is the purpose of being human. Now, some Jews fail at that, some Christians fail at that, but we have a template that is obscured in the Old Testament, but revealed through Jesus Christ. For Jesus reflects the character of the Judeo God. And that is what Christians are doing. They're declaring the Jewish God in actual human form. Now, Tsitipas If you want to declare love, you first have to scrap the idea that you are currently doing and tweak it just a little bit. Like, you tweak your game of tennis, okay? In the same manner you tweak your game of tennis, you have to tweak your attitude and the audience of what you're wanting to demonstrate. So you have to get yourself, what was it John Lennon says? Power to the people. Power to the people. Okay, Tsitipas, you have to give power to your people, the Greek people. Now, Greek people are a great bunch of people, okay? But every human, regardless of their culture, are judged by their attitudes of love. For love is what builds up a society or a culture, of indeed the whole world. So, I want to see Tsitipas preach to the power of the Greek people. Well, actually, why don't you preach to Jeacocke? Show her the love. And then Jeacocke, you and Jeacocke, and I don't know what other Greek people there are in tennis, but I'm sure there are some. Get the tennis community of Greek people, right, on the same wavelength. Because ironically, you can't preach love unless you have that standard, a template. Because every human being has different ideas of what they think love is. Some people think love is an orgy. Some people think love is having a threesome. Some people think love is being on their own. Some people think that love is marrying your dishwasher. Some people think love is loving children in an abusive way. These are all twisted understandings of love. You have to define love before you preach. John Lennon said, all you need is love. Half correct. You need to define a standard. You have a length of distance, okay? You have the kilometre and you have the mile, okay? Let's preach distance. All you need is distance. All you need is distance. Well, I'm going to preach kilometres. You might preach mileage. We're going to get into conflict. Now, I mean, is it so hard for people to grasp that Jesus is a standard? I'm not saying you accept that standard. I am saying, is Jesus a plausible standard? Because that is more important. If something is plausible first. Okay, so Tsitipas has to define the standard of love, and then he has to preach to the Greek people. But my advice for Tsitipas first is to learn the ways that Jesus Christ taught. And then you use your reasoning to decide, can Jesus be trusted? Because let's face it, Tsitipas, do you trust Andy Murray? Do you? Because Andy Murray went publicly to condemn you. Now, do you trust Andy Murray knows how to love people? Does Andy Murray know how to love you, Tsitipas? That is the question. So, good luck for everybody who's playing in the open in the desert. But I'm rooting for Emma Raducanu. Bye-bye.